So one of the things that we found after the loss of our son was the support people that were there after made the recovery a little bit easier. And today we're going to talk about Lexi. Lexi was my son's dog that came to live with us after he passed away. Actually came to live with us when he went on to hospice, and she was with us for almost 4.5 years after he passed away. So she was a great Pyrenees mix and was his best friend, the love of his life. He wanted her with him all the time. So Lexi was a dog that was very protective, very loving in a way different than we normally would have expected a dog to be loving. So we were used to labs who are pet me all the time. Everything is about love. Lexi was much more of a comforter. So after Richie passed away, she's in the middle of every family event like Christmas or times that the grandkids would come over either to spend the night or be over for the day. Grandma always got them matching or holiday appropriate pajamas. Well, Lexi always got a bandana that matched the kids' outfits, and she proudly wore them around during every one of the events. During events, she would always be laying on someone's lap. Every picture you find, she's right in the middle of all the action. Even though she wasn't a pet me, I'm going to lay my head on your lap. She was very good with the grandkids. There's pictures that you'll see on the video version of this that they lay on top of her, they would crawl under her, and she was perfectly fine with it. My youngest son would come over to our house to eat at least once a week, if not more. And their routine was as soon as dinner was done, he would go sit down by the couch. Lexi would go over, plop her head on his lap, and he would pet her. And then he would have to clean the big ball of fur up that she created. And we used to joke that she was like Pigpen on the Charlie Brown comics, that everywhere you walked, she would have this cliff of things behind her, and it was hair. And we had our floors changed to very dark hardwoods, and her hair would just pile up on that. Literally, we had to have vacuum cleaners that ran every day cleaning up her hair, and it was just constant. If we could have figured out how to use a loom, we probably could have been selling sweaters that she had so much hair that came out. But she was very comforting to us because that was Richie's dog. We always would say that she was our grand doggie. We'd always talk about her daddy, Richy. She was just very comforting for the time that she was with us. And doing this video, we lost her about 4 months ago. She was over 13 years old, and which was a long time for her breed. She, up until the day that she passed away, was just always wanting to be in the action. So happy when you come home to see you, and just a constant reminder of Richie. So for us, she was really important in that transition period from the loss of a son, that she was a constant reminder just of things about his life. There's some pictures you'll see out here that she was always with him in the house. She would come up, just lay her head on his lap, and always wanted to say, "Hey, I'm here for you." And it was a great comfort. And I think that's an important part of recovery of a parent after the loss of a child. The people that support you, in this case, it was a beloved dog that reminded us daily of Richie. And again, she was not the dog that we would have picked, but it was heartbreaking when we had to say goodbye. She just became an integral part of our life because she was Richie's dog. So I'm doing a kind of a special podcast just on her. She was very unique, and I'll post a couple of these pictures on the video. It was very funny sometimes to see how she'd lay from on her back. She'd have her legs half up on staircase. She'd like to lay on the landing and Part of her head would be hanging over, feet would be hanging higher on one side, just always in some goofy positions. And it was very entertaining, brought us a lot of joy that reminded us of Richie. She also would be, if we were gone sometimes just 10 minutes and you'd walk back in, she would go crazy. She would run through the house. She'd run on the first floor, make her over. She'd go down in the basement. Then upstairs, you'd open the back door. She'd run around the yard multiple times, come back in, and still had energy. And it was like, I've missed you so much. I'm just so glad you're home. But she wasn't the kind that would just come and you could just pet her. And she was very loving, but in a way that was, I'm here to protect you. I miss you. When you sit down, I'm here to comfort you. She just became a very special part of the transition that helped us with Richie. We'd have her de-shedded, had a spa day every 6 weeks. And when we take her over, it was always, this is our grand doggie. Everybody knew the story. But again, she was very special. And a number of the people at the veterinarian, people that did the baths, things like that, they all were very aware how special she was and treated her as such. This is just a special tribute to her, an incredible support dog for us through this transition. And we still miss her every day. She's been gone about, like I said, about 4 months. In thinking of the people that have been so supportive of us, Lexi was there literally every day to remind us of Richie and how much she had loved him and how much he loved her. And it's just super appreciative, special for us that Richie trusted her to us. We never, much sometimes she could drive us crazy because of her energy. It was always very special because that was Richie's dog. And he, through the years, when he was going to the National Institute of Health, Lexi would come over and stay with us a lot of times. There was times when Richie was working that she would come over and spend the evening, spend at Christmas celebrations when the other dogs were all at the house, other grand doggies and our dog Duke. Lexi was, again, very special in helping us with the transition, and just wanted to give a shout out. She was as helpful to us in easing that whenever you felt the kind of struggles with dealing with the loss of a child, she was always there as a reminder that this is one of the things that he loved most in life. She was there to comfort us. So thank you for watching.